Hello, how's everybody doing this evening? Give people a little bit of time to get in here. Just want to share some thoughts with you tonight. Won't be long, but I need to discuss how we will win. As far as the mayor's race, I want to discuss a few differences between me and other potential candidates. I'll put it like that. First of all, while we're waiting on everybody, I would like to thank the people that helped me to get my petition signed Monday to get my name on the ballot for Mayor Covington. I don't think that anybody has qualified as quickly as we were able to qualify. And I mean, there were people excited to sign a petition to help me to get on the ballot. And since that day, all this week, I've just been overcome by the support and the love that the people of Covington have given me. I mean, it goes beyond words, but I want to thank you all. A lot of times, the things that I do to try to make things better for Covington, I wonder if they gonna notice sometimes, But I've seen, the Lord has shown me, and the people of Covington have shown me, that you all notice what I'm doing. And I appreciate that. You just don't know how much I appreciate it. I mean that from the heart. I mean, everywhere I go, there are people asking me questions, giving me encouragement, telling me we got your back. And that's what life's about. It's about having those friends and that support group that is there to, look out for you. And like I say, I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. And it shows me that what I'm doing is not in vain. It goes a long way. So right now, I'm trying to pull up. Let's see here. Because I want to make sure if anyone does. There we go. Yeah, we got it now. I want to make sure that if anyone does have any comments or what have you, I'll be able to catch them, because I want this to be a two-way conversation. That's what Covington needs, more two-way conversations, and we need leaders that are in touch with what's going on in the city of Covington. So I'm trying to make this as quickly as possible, but let me tell you something. I got a whole lot to say. We've got a whole lot to discuss. And I won't be able to do all of it tonight, but we'll be able to get started. First, I want to compare the last 8 years to the 8 years before then. We need to figure out what's right, what's wrong, what you want, what you don't want in the city of Covington. I worked with Mayor Gordon. I was vice mayor at the time. And we were able to get IHOP. We were able to get Applebee's, Tractor Supply, and Home Depot. We were able to bring those businesses in. We were able to cover the Covington swimming pool. We were able to acquire the Covington Civic Center and also acquire 3 other buildings, a lot of property adjacent to City Hall, which gives us more room to grow as the city grows. We were also able to get the Boys and Girls Club started, which I believe is historic. It's really going to make a difference. It's making a difference now. It's going to make a difference for years to come. Since then, our housing growth has stopped. You could probably count the new houses built in Covington on one hand over the last couple of years. Our business growth has slowed. We lost Kroger, we lost Pizza Hut, we lost Kentucky Fried Chicken, and others. But it seems to me, and if you disagree, let me know, but it seems like Covington's going in the wrong direction. We're really growing at a snail's pace. It's just like we're on the interstate with our cruise control set on 20 miles an hour. Think about it. Mumford has passed us by. Atoka has passed us by. Brighton has passed us by. And we're supposed to be the county seat. We're supposed to be number one as far as what, growth. And all these places are just passing us by leaps and bounds. And someone asked me in one of the posts, they said, I wonder why Covington does not want to grow. And that's a fallacy. Covington wants to grow. The good old boys that are in charge do not want to grow. And they don't want to grow because they don't want competition from outside businesses. They don't want to lose control of what's going on here in Covington. And they want to control who makes the money and who doesn't. You got Blue Oval City coming. There will be a lot of people that live in this area that will become millionaires because of Blue Oval City. You have some people that want to control it. I want everybody to eat. You know what I mean? Because growth is not a bad thing. We're talking about growth. I don't know how many of you have heard about it, but in Millington, they have just announced $300 million in investments in Millington. I mean, as if they don't already have enough. They're going to have an Aldi. They're going to have a Hobby Lobby. They're going to have a TJ Maxx. They're going to have a home goods store. They're supposed to be building, at least 400 townhouses. They're building other houses. They're supposed to have a bowling alley. They're supposed to have an amphitheater. And don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for Covington to have all that growth that quick, but we should have something. There should be some kind of growth. Somewhere for the kids to go. Bowling alleys, amphitheater is a great thing. We need to have some of that growth that everybody else is having in the area except for us. And it used to not be like that, But Millington is really using their heads. When you talk about the difference between Millington, Covington has about 10,000 people. Milton has about 11,000 people. So it's not the size of the town, it's the size of the minds that are controlling things. And we need to kick into high gear. Right now, we are in a great position being so close to Ford's Blue Oval City. There's going to be a lot of money coming to this area. We got to get prepared. We should be able to talk to these stores and tell these stores, Covington's only 20 minutes away from the Ford factory where 6,500 people be working. So you may need to locate your business here. But I don't see that. If it's being done, it's being hidden from me. And I wouldn't be shocked if it was hidden from me. But you see all these big announcements that Millington is making. You see the growth in Montfort. You see the growth in Brighton. You see the growth in Atoka. I don't see it here. And it's a shame. What I'd like to say also, it's time for Covington to once again be controlled by the good people. It's still the good old boys. There are more good people in Covington than there are good old boys. And that harkens back to the election. I smell fear in the good old boy network with some of the things that are being done, the anxiety, the scraping of the bottom of the barrel, but I'm not going to go into that. But there are more good people in Covington. And Covington could be so much greater if the good people came together, both sides of town, one Covington came together to make Covington more successful and to make Covington a better place to live for the citizenry. I think a lot of times the citizens of Covenant are being forgotten. A lot of the things that are going on, it's like nobody's looking out for us or you, however you want to put it. But Covenant can be so much better. We were so much better, and we need to get back to that. I mean, it's just simple as that. We need to get back to what we were doing. It's time for us to increase the growth. It's time for us to stop forcing people to leave town just to get the stuff that they want to buy. There's so many things you have to go to Memphis for. Keep that money in Covenant. Keep those sales tax dollars in Covenant. The more sales tax dollars that are kept in Covenant, the more we can do for the citizens. Instead of us taking our money down to Memphis to support the city of Memphis or to support the city of Milton. Hey, I love them, but I want to keep the money here. It's time for Covenant to give the police the tools that they need to fight crime. It's time for Covenant to start growing again. We need to, like I said so many times, we need to address the flooding issue here in Covenant. And I've discussed it before. Instead of discussing the flooding issue, the city of Covenant spent $1 million, right at $1 million, 900,000 and change, to retrofit all of our street lights to LED street lights. Now, I've talked to a lot of people about the issues, the problems they have in Covenant. They talk about the flooding, but I've heard very few people say the street lights are not bright enough. And that's just one of those situations where you need to listen to the people. If the people are having issues with our flooding here, you need to take care of that. Street lights, you can do it incrementally. You can change out 30 LED street lights over a month's time, do it every month. It won't cost you $1 million. You can still do that. But the flooding is the biggest issue of those two that we have here in the city of Covenant. There are people paying flood insurance when they shouldn't have to. The roads are dangerous just about every time it gets cloudy, it floods now. Because the city has ignored the flooding problem. They're not addressing it as far as keeping the ditches clean. That's a whole different story that we'll be discussing at a later date. But we need to make sure that we're looking out for the people. By the way, how's it going, Joe? He tuning in from Memphis, great friend of mine. Let me tell you something about me, because we're supposed to be talking about how we win. And so far, I'm pretty close to schedule. Me, myself, I've lived in Covenant all my life. I'm a product of our public schools, and I have a vested interest in moving our city forward. And I know that I'm not going to be successful if the citizens aren't successful. We're a team. And I'm not looking to better myself. I'm looking to better all the citizens. My track record shows it. I'm not looking out to keep quiet and become a millionaire over Blue Oval City. It's not what I'm about. I'm about helping the people out. That's the difference between a politician and a public servant. So, how do we get there? Because that's what I'm supposed to be talking about. How do we win? We need to do at least one of these 5 things. First and foremost, we pray. The good old boys have evil plots to continue to hold Covenant down and to mistreat our people. And I'm confident because I know the good wins in the end. That being said, faith without works is dead. We need to register people to vote. Bad people get elected when good people refuse to vote. Bad people get elected when good people refuse to vote. And that's what's been the problem. There's so many people in the mindset where they're going to do what they want to. No, they won't do what they want to if we do what we're supposed to. If we do what we're supposed to, if we get out and vote, we'll be able to do what we want to, because the power of the people is greater than the people in power. They won't be able to buy enough votes. They won't be able to buy enough people to fool people into voting for the wrong person. So Miss Saline wants to know, who are the good old boys? I'm not going to call names, but they're here, and it's pretty obvious that, that's who's running the city. There's more power behind the chair than it is in the chair. And I'll leave it at that. Third, we make sure that we vote and ensure that others vote too. There are more good people in Covenant, like I said, than there are good old boys. Back to the registration. So you're registered to vote. If everyone that is registered to vote, if all the good people that are registered to vote get one other person to register to vote before election time, the election would not be an issue. If every good person in Covenant just got one person registered to vote, and we were all able to stay together and not get fragmented, because there are a lot of people, there's going to be money spent to split the votes up. You can get ready for it. I guarantee you it's going to happen, because there's fear that the people of Covenant may once again control City Hall, and that's fear. So the other thing we need to do is we need to convince others to vote. And keep in mind, voting is not a spectator sport. So many people say, yeah, well, I sure hope he gets it. If you really hope I get it, you need to get out there. You need to vote. It's one thing to hope that I win, but it's not a spectator sport. Some of you all, I like to use a basketball analogy. It's not like watching the Warriors play the Boston Celtics. You're sitting on the sideline and you're hoping that one team wins. You can't do anything about it. This is something that everybody under the sound of my voice can do something about. If you watch a series, I think one of the reasons the Warriors won was because of Andrew Wiggins. Nobody figured that he would make as big impact as he did. But he showed up and showed out. If our voters show up and show out, we'll be okay. The city of Covenant will be okay. We can once again start moving in the right direction. The question is asked, how many people are running for mayor? The last count, there were 3 people that pulled a petition, myself and 2 others. I don't know if they've actually qualified yet. But like I said, I got qualified in 4 hours because I had people anxious to do whatever they could to make sure I was on the ballot. And that's love. That's real love there. The last thing that I would like to ask people to do, and I'm not comfortable asking this because I know we're all suffering right now. Gas money is not going as far as it normally does. It's more expensive to buy food. But I would like to ask each of my friends to donate one time $20.22. If half of my friends donated $20.22, we would be okay. And I know $20.22 for some people is a struggle, and that's a problem I had to deal with because the people that I'm supporting, the people that the majority of the people that I support and support me are not wealthy. I understand that. I got some gas today, and I was shaking the hose when I got through to make sure I got every drop of it. Don't laugh, you know. And I mean, it's a serious thing. But, I mean, you could donate $2 or not $4 a month, recurring donation to help out. And the reason I need this help, I have to buy yard signs, have to buy advertising, and I have to spend money to ensure that my message gets out. Because most of the times when I'm discussed, mass media, it's not flattering. You know, a lot of times the good things aren't told about me. They're ignored. But like I said, I have to get my message out. I want to make sure that everybody knows me as well as, you know, you all know me, as well as my Facebook friends know me. Thank you, Layla. Love you. You know, the good old boys have an unlimited supply of money, but they don't have an unlimited supply of votes. And the good old boys are in the minority. So we have to have a little money, and everybody needs to vote. With a little money and everybody voting, we will be able to make history and return Covington to the growing city that it once was 8 years ago. And like I said, I know some people cannot afford to donate $20.22. I'm praying for you, you know. You know, and hopefully there are some out there. I know some wealthy people, but you know, most of the people are in the same situation I am. You know, I'm not rich. Don't anticipate getting rich. I just want to do the work of the people. But we have to do something to offset, because like I say, they're going to spend money, and they will possibly even spend money just to split up the vote of the good people of Covington. Because they know if we vote together, if we stick together, we stay the same mindset, Covington will improve. And they will lose control, and once again, the people of Covington will have control. So, if you can, I'll post a link after here. You can donate online, it's secure. 2022 for 2022. So, that's all I got to say. You know, I want to remind you, don't get fooled by the tricks, because a lot of times deception is their best tool, because what's going on in Covington just does not make sense. At the rate that Brighton's going, at the rate that Mumford's growing, at the rate that Atoka's growing, and at the rate that Millerton is growing, it's like we're stuck in the mud. And some people want us to remain stuck in the mud. Like I say, they don't want those businesses to come through, because some of them are business owners. And if competition comes in here, their prices may have to be lower, or they may not have to have the control that they have now. But I'm all for the competition of the free market. Like I say, I want to see a Chili's here. I want to see a Chick-fil-A here. You know, with the announcement from the Ball Butcher, which is concerning, you know, now they're closing down. You know, I like to see a Longhorn Steakhouse here. You know, the more businesses we have like that, the more reason we will have for those 5,000 people going up and down the highway to stop here in Covington and invest some of their tax dollars here with us. Oh, Christy, you want to know, do I have a headquarters set up? Well, yeah, I got a headquarters, and hopefully it won't get burnt down. But anyway, no, home is where the headquarters are. And I don't look to spend money on headquarters, because I think that that's depending on how the budget goes. But I think I would rather spend money on signs, on advertisement, and actually on workers. Because truth be told, people don't have a whole lot of time to volunteer, but they have time to work. So, I've seen mistakes in previous elections, and I'm confident that if everything's above board, we will be successful. And Covington will be the change that we want to see. I'm confident of that. But we all have to work together. Like I say, don't get fooled by the okie doke. There were a lot of people, some of them I was surprised, that actually, and I say we all didn't do enough 4 years ago. We all didn't. But you look at the lives that have been ruined in the last 4 years. Think about the good people that no longer work for the city of Covington. There's probably 150 years experience that supported District 1 that's no longer there. We used to have people that we could go to and confide in and trust because we'd known them all our lives. We've lost a lot of good people. We lost a lot of good people. And I can promise you this, that after I'm elected mayor of Covington, I'll do everything I can to keep those good people. I'll do everything I can to actually try to bring back some of those good people we lost. We lost a big part of our police department. A big part of our police department. And you can't replace experience overnight. And, if I can't do anything else, I'm gonna make sure that people are treated like I want to be treated. That's one of the biggest problems. We have some people in City Hall that think they can get by mistreating people. That needs to stop. All I'm saying is just treat everybody fairly. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. If you can't follow that, there's no need of you knocking the doors of the church down every Sunday if you can't treat people like you want to be treated. That covers so much stuff. And when you're mistreating people, when you're smiling in their face and stabbing them in the back, I'm confident that that will come back on you. What's that saying they had in that movie? God doesn't like ugly and he's not too fond of cute. So hopefully, if we do our part, we can bring Covington back to the great city that it once was. That's all the time I'm going to take. I appreciate you all, and I'm overwhelmed by the love that I've seen since I've been in office. But I mean, this week, it's been like hour after hour, somebody coming up to me. When will we be able to vote? What can I do to help? There were people disappointed that they didn't sign my petition before it's handed back in. That's real love, and that's why I'm up there. I want to help everyone, and my payment is appreciation. Appreciation goes a long way. So, like I say, pray. If you register to vote, please reach out and get one person registered to vote. Make sure you vote. When it's time to vote, which is November 8th, when it's time to vote, go to the polls like you go to the club. 4 deep. 6 deep if you got a big vehicle. Like I say, for those who can, if you can donate $20.22 to the campaign for 2022, it would be greatly appreciated. If you can do more, I appreciate it. And if you can't, pray and vote. Because if we just knew that everybody would get out and vote and everybody get registered, we wouldn't need a penny. But sometimes some of us need a little prodding to get out to vote. But I'll be doing everything in my power. You just get ready. I mean, I had June 20th marked on my calendar to go up there and get situated so that I'll be on the ballot. I'm ready to go to work for you. One other thing I'd like to say. The city of Covington is behind right now. Blue Oval City is working on building the Ford building, but we're not building anything here. And we need to be doing stuff just like they're doing things right now. We need to be building. We need to be developing. We need to be recruiting right now because we're actually behind the game. But I can guarantee you this. If I'm elected as mayor or if I stay as alderman, for these next few months, I'm going to be doing everything I can to bring our people up, to bring our city up to where it's in a position to where we can get some of the fruits of Blue Oval City. Because like I say, with all the other announcements, we're already behind and we need to start work yesterday. So I'll be working to bring Covington in a position where they can have those same opportunities that Atoka has, that Mumford has, that Brighton has, and that Milton has. Because Covington is just as good, if not better, than any one of those cities. And we need to do the work to make things happen for all the citizens of Covington. Thank you so much. I love you. Have a safe weekend, and don't get too hot out there.